45 years ago, a single piece of legislation ignited the greatest renaissance of U.S. innovation in American history. For the first time, we had the best and the brightest minds of our universities and federal laboratories working together with industry to reverse America's slide into industrial irrelevance.
The government doesn't make things. You don't get products and services from your government. They don't compete with private industry.
Before Bayh-Dole was enacted in the late 1970s, only 55 U.S. universities had even received one single patent. 30 years later, that number had increased fivefold. And in the first 20 years of the Bayh-Dole Act alone, there was a tenfold increase in academic patenting.
Quite simply, it has transformed the U.S. economy.
Bayh-Dole is expansive. It moves that technology into a whole number of different actors who are all acting in concert. Those are the people that make and sell goods. Those are the people that hire you. And that's really the goal of Bayh-Dole, is to really create economic development and economic growth.
The two guys that founded Google were at Stanford University. The patent was owned by Stanford, licensed under the Bayh-Dole Act. They took that patent and ran and turned it into the company that Google is today.
One of my colleague universities is Georgetown University, and years ago they had a researcher that invented what is commercially available as Allegra. So allergy sufferers benefited greatly.
What's brilliant about the Bayh-Dole Act is that it leverages people's natural instincts to try and make money for the benefit of humanity.
I've been on a mission, and the mission's really get the next generation to understand this and to get to know this, that they have this right and that they're doing this. And that when you do a PhD or you do an MD, you know, that we need to learn about this aspect. So it's not just publish or perish, but it's also, you know, patent and flourish.
It's interesting to reflect on, education and technology transfer. When we share knowledge with others, that's education. When we teach others how to apply that knowledge in practical terms, that's technology transfer.
Over the last 20 years, academic technology transfer has led to the creation of 15,000 startup companies who have received over 140,000 patents and over 200 new drugs. So Bayh-Dole is just absolutely foundational to America's national innovation system.
So many examples of everyday things that the average person is not aware of. Where did this come from? It came from a university technology transfer office. If it hadn't been for the Bayh-Dole Act, it would have just possibly sat on the shelf.
Bayh-Dole is one of the first statutes that emphasized making things in America.
We see so much pressure from around the world from countries that are emulating Bayh-Dole because they recognize the value. The government cannot manage that.
The cures and the treatments, the diagnostics. Without Bayh-Dole, we wouldn't have most of those things, if not all.
What's more to come? I think we will see even more university research translated into incredible services, products, immunotherapies, medicines, life-saving treatments.
I'll just give you one quick story which Birch Bayh never told me. When I was on his staff, his wife was dying of breast cancer when we were doing Bayh-Dole. And she was out at the National Institutes of Health getting some experimental therapies. And she knew it was too late for her. But she also realized that these things would never become available because they were not going to be commercialized. And she said, Birch, you've got to do something. Now, that's the kind of person he was, but that was the driver of Bayh-Dole because he knew firsthand that if you don't get these things out, other people like Marvella Bayh were going to be needlessly dying and suffering. And that benefits no one.
I had my successes, I had my failures, but being able to look and take our research that we did under federal dollars and take it forward, Bayh-Dole allowed that. And so I always appreciate that.
This piece of legislation is an amazing piece of legislation. I don't think it needs to be amended or anything else. Just leave it alone, protect it.
Bayh-Dole is critical to the future of the United States and to the future of innovation.
I very much believe in the mission and the vision, getting great ideas out of the lab and into the world where they can make the world a better place.